So portrait, portrait, and these are landscape. Well, we still have stuff to make one more card. Oh, actually more than one. We have this, and this is going to go on a white piece, a white card, and I'm trying to decide if I want to do a black mat. Okay, we need to cut this down, but I am thinking that this would look so pretty with the black and the white, so I am going to cut this down. I am going to cut this down to four. I think I'm going to cut this side. This side already has a little bit of a ravel to it, so hopefully we can cut that without getting a ravel on it. About 5 1/4. Like so. And let's go ahead and adhere these with our Stampin' Seal. So I am going to put 2 pieces of Stampin' Seal on this and getting it out to the edge. And pull up. And pull up. Now I'm going to adhere this just like that. Do the same thing with this one. And glue it down on this piece. Just like that, and then we have this one to do. So again, I'm going to make sure my adhesive is to the end. Very gentle touch and pull it back. And do the same thing over here and pull it back. Make sure we don't have any overhang, and then we're going to glue this down to our Flirty Flamingo. Just like that. And I think for this one I am going to put them I love that. I like them scattered like that. Let's bring this one up just a little bit. And let's glue these down on the mat. So I'm going to put this one right here. Then we'll come down and do this one. Just like that. And then this one's going to go halfway in between those two. And we're going to get that in the middle as best we can. And how pretty. Now we're just going to glue this whole piece onto our white card base. Just like that. And again, this card could go either portrait or landscape. Love it. Alright, so these are all ready for sentiments, and we still have enough for another card. We have this one, and this one. Okay, I'll tell you what, I'm going to grab another piece of cardstock for a card base for this one, and I am going to grab some sentiments and some dies or either punches that I want to use to put our sentiments on with, and we will be right back. Hey there everyone, we're back, and what I did is I went ahead and pulled my layering circle dies, the Stitch So Sweetly dies, and Tasteful Label dies. These give me a lot of options. This 3 sets of dies will give you all of the options that you could possibly need in shapes and what have you. So what I'm going to do first is I want to cut some circles, and for this one I want it to be white on the outside, and then I want to grab that beautiful color for the inside. So we're going to actually pick up, and I'm trying to decide if I want to go, I want the circle to be a focal point for these 3. This is the last of the cards that we needed to decorate. I'll tell you what, let's lay this over to the side. We'll come back to that after we get the rest of the labels. I'm going to move these to the side, and I'm going to bring this card in because I pretty much know what I want to do with it. So let's bring in our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I'm going to lay this card up here. And let's open up our base. I'm going to grab my number 1 plate, which is my base plate, my thin die adapter, which is number 2, and then of course I have my 2 cutting plates. There's my bottom plate, and there's my top plate. So the first thing I want to do is I want to cut the scallop out of this crushed curry, and this color matches what I used on here, so we're going to follow through with that same color scheme. So I'm just going to cut this one like so. We have this beautiful little scalloped circle. And then I want to cut the plain circle, this one right here, out of white. So let me grab a scrap of white. Let's see if I can get my puppies out from under my feet. Go lay in your bed, baby. Go get your bed. Alright, now I have a piece of white right here. So I'm just going to lay this white onto my base. And I'm going to put this up here in the top corner, lay my plate over it, and then we're going to run this through. Now I have a circle that will fit on top of this piece. We'll save that piece of white because we're going to be doing more die cuts with it. But that's gonna fit on there, and this is what we're gonna put our sentiment on with. Now we could bring it down here, we could bring it up here, we can do it right there in the middle. I think since I'm gonna pop this up, I'm gonna do it right there. This will give a great place to put a thank you or a happy birthday or whatever you want this card to be. Now all of these cards, I'm gonna either make them a thanking of you, a thank you, a get well, or a birthday, because I think those are the main reasons we send cards. So I'll tell you what, let's go ahead, and while I've got this out, I'm going to go ahead and cut some more labels, and I'm going to use that piece of white again. And I want to cut the Stitch So Sweetly, and I believe I want the next to the largest. perfect, perfect, perfect. And I want that pool party. I'm trying to decide if I've got a piece. I don't think I have any pieces that are big enough. There's one. I don't know. This would be pretty to put on there. The rainbows. And that would definitely lighten up this card. So let's do that. Let's cut this one from this piece, and I want to cut it just like that. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to slice this piece before I cut. And the reason I want to do that is I don't need this whole piece of paper. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. I want it to be in this orientation. So we are going to I'm just going to bring this in here, and I'm going to measure how much I need to cut that off, and it's going to be about 2 3/4 of an inch. So I'll move my die, and we'll slice this. Now we can just put this on, and I'll tell you another reason why I wanted to do that. And I always say this, I tell my husband all the time, there's always a method to my madness. I wanted to be able to angle this when it goes through. It's much easier on your machine and your dies. Anytime you're cutting a straight edge like this, if you can turn your paper so it's going in at just a little bit of an angle, that is so beneficial. It will keep your machine from popping. No heavy pop or crack on doing it that way. If I had went in straight, it would have been a huge crack. It would have warped my my die. So now we have this piece that can go right here, and we're going to get something pretty to put a sentiment across that one. Not sure yet, but I'm thinking maybe that pool party would look really cute with this. So let me grab a scrap of pool party. And we're going to cut that out of this. So like I said, anytime that I'm making a bunch of cards like this, I just like to kind of wing it. And again, we got a straight edge there, so I'm going to turn that at a little bit of an angle. And I'm going to bring it up all the way to the edge of that paper. It's another good reason to have your little sticky flags, because they hold it down so perfect. And that went through like a dream. I am so in love with this die cut machine. One of the best on the market. And this is so cute because we have that stitching on it. You've seen the stitching, and I think that would be so cute on this one. If you notice, I'm not gluing anything down because I want to stamp, but that's going to make an adorable card. So then the next one that I have, we're going to need a piece of Flirty Flamingo. I'm going to lay all my scraps over to the side until I get done. Then I'll file them all away. So I'm going to go in and grab a piece of Flirty Flamingo. And there's a piece right there. And I want to decide, this is the card I'm looking at. And I want to decide if I want to go this way or this way. I really think I like it on the landscape like that. So let's see. Oh, that would be so cute. Okay, I'm going to cut this little label, because the other thing we're going to have to do once we get everything cut, we're going to have to find stamps that will fit into these areas. So I'm going to tape this one down. And so as you can see, I have it on there, and I'm going to bring it up to that top corner and tape it down, turn, and we're going to push this through. So now we have this cute little piece cut. And now that one is done, and it will fit on here, and we might even do some lace or ribbon or something underneath that just to give it a little pizzazz. But we got that one cut, and now let's put this here, and my scraps are going over here. Now we got this one. This one I think really calls for something white, and I want something big that's going to really pop up there. So I think I'm going to go back in with the white. Let's try this piece. Some scallop circles would be pretty on that too, but I think I'm going to go with this one. Just like that. And let's tape that down. Again, I want this to go in at a bit of an angle, so I'm going to angle it just a tiny bit, just like that. Get my plate's nice and straight, and run it through. And this is going to give us a nice little piece on this one. And this is big enough that we can even stamp maybe a little flower or something on there. I think that would be super, super cute. So there's our piece for that. Now we need something for this one. And I'm looking at this. I did use the Flirty Flamingo here, so I'm thinking maybe that crushed curry on this one. And let's just do a scallop circle. So I'm gonna run it through with this scallop circle. I like to lay my circles down and make sure that it's the size I want it, and I think this one would be perfect. And this is the scallop. So I have that on my platform, nice and straight, and now we're going to push this through. And then we got a nice little place there we can put a sentiment. We can run some ribbon on that as well. So this is our next one. And this one is going to open like this. And I want to do something with white, because I think this is calling for something with maybe a little bit of white to it. So let's try this. Let's try doing the scallop circle in the pattern paper. Let's see if we can get it on this. Not quite. All right, we'll use this and put that down right there. So this is my Scallop Circle, and I'm doing it in the rainbows. And I think for this one I'm going to make just a little piece that's going to go across there. So our rainbows will go like this, and when we open the card, and then we're going to put a little strip with a sentiment. And I think that's going to be really cute. Now this one I have been looking forward to working with, because I want something that's going to go across here, and I'm thinking just white. And I am actually thinking that something like this popped up, and maybe we'll do white. Let's see. These layer up really, really pretty. So let's do a white and a pool party. All right, so this one, I want this one white, so let me lay that right there. Bring this over so you can see what I'm doing. This is my white one right here, and I'm going to turn this. Let's see if we can get it right there. That way we're not wasting any paper whatsoever, and I think that's going to work. So I'm going to put this down like that, and we are going to run this through at just that little bit of an angle. So now we have the little white piece that's going to go down right there, but I want to do another piece of the pool party. So let's see, here's pool party. Let's see if that little one will fit on here. I think I can make that work. That's really taking advantage of your paper right there. I love it though. I love it when I can use up scraps. That makes me happy. You know why? Because we're not wasting our expensive material. So that's starting to spring a little bit. I can push on it and it's got a little bit of a spring. That's when I flip that bottom cut plate. So I'm going to put this on like so, and I really do want to tape that down because we've really got a little piece there to work with. And now there's that piece. So this is going to be what we stamp on, and it's going to be framed in that white. Isn't that pretty? See what I mean about these dies? If you've got these dies, you can just go to town with making cards. Now this one's a little bit different. So let's go into our Tasteful Label dies. I'm going to slide these all back in here. I had one over, no, thought I had, oh, there it is. I thought I had one more of these out. I always like to put my dies, even if I don't get them on there like they're supposed to be, I like to get them back in the packaging so that I don't misplace them. Dies are not a cheap investment. They can be rather pricey, but dies will last you a lifetime. So when I look at that, look at this piece of paper, and this is what I got left, and we can use that. Oh, it makes me happy when I can use up everything. All right, these are my Tasteful Labels, and I need something that's going to make a statement on this card, and I think this piece will. I think we can cut some white out of there. So let's grab a piece of white. Now this piece is way too big, so I'm just going to take my scissors And I'm going to cut off a piece of it. And then I can lay my die down onto that. And we're going to lay that onto there. So I got that die onto my plate, and I'm just going to run this through. Like so. And then we're going to pull that up. And we're going to have this beautiful, beautiful die cut. And we're going to pop that up, maybe some ribbon up underneath it. So that one's ready. Now we have this one. And I think I want this one to open like that. So let's look at my other dies. This is a really cute die that's kind of different. And it would definitely fit across there. So let's cut this one with, I think I'm going to do the crushed curry. I like that. And we can put a little strip in the middle with a sentiment on it if we want to. Or we can just pop this on. Oh, I'm going to have to tape that one down because because it's wanting to move. That's the because. And we don't have a whole lot of wiggle room here, so I'm just going to tack that down. Even up my plates, make sure everything's going through smoothly. Now you can make your pieces if you've got punches. You might not have a die cut machine, but you might have punches of different shapes and sizes, so you can make this by using punches as well. I think that'd be so cute, and I'm going to put a little strip, like a little banner across there with our sentiment on it. So let's stamp, or let's cut a piece that would go across there. So I'm going to move this over just for a minute. We only have one more card to do. I'll tell you what, I'm going to hold off on this. Let's lay that right there. Let's go ahead and decide what we want to do with this one. This one, I just want something right in the middle, and I'm thinking the flamingo pink. So I need the flamingo, the flirty flamingo. And this piece will work. And I think I'm going to go back and use those layering circles. And I'm going to do, let's open up our machine. Just figuring we might as well finish up our die cutting while we've got our machine out, right? So let's go ahead and do this. And this is just going to be a scalloped circle. And there is our circle. I'm thinking I might want to go down to the bottom corner, something. Let me show you. I'm going to go ahead and cut another circle out of white. So I'm just going to lay this right here, put my plate back on it, and we are going to run it back through this way. And now we have our little circle that can go on there. And I think that's exactly what I want. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my plates and put them where they belong. And then we're going to move this out of our way. And now I need my trimmer, because remember, we're going to trim this down to, I want to use my banner punch. I don't want to use the scallop. Lovely label pick-a-punch. Let's do this one. And I'm going to do the widest one that it offers, which is 1 inch. I think we can do 1 inch. So I'm going to put this edge, it looks like that edge is a little wonky, so I'm going to put the straight edge over here on my 1 inch. Oh, let me show you those little post-it flags that I use for my die cutting. When you are cutting a small piece of paper, they work perfect to put like that. It holds your paper while you cut it, so that way you don't have any movement. And then this is a scrap. So that way you have a perfectly cut piece. Let's see if this is too long. I'm going to take about 1/4 of an inch off of that. And again, there's really no rhyme or reason how I'm doing this. I really don't have measurements for this, so so to speak of. It's going to be basic card bases. I'm going to do this one with the scalloped edge, so it's going to be this one right here. So we are going to slide this piece in just like that. When I get it all the way up to the top, I can manipulate it, make sure it's nice and straight, and then punch. We're going to pull it out and see what a beautiful little edge that gives. Then we're going to put it in again on the other side. There we go. And we're going to push it in all the way up to the top, get it nice and straight, and punch. Isn't that cute? Look how cute that turns out. And then that will fit right here, and that will hold our sentiment right on top of that. So now I'm going to pull some stamp sets that have happy birthday, thinking of you, just some different little things like that. So I'll be right back. I'll pull the stamps and we'll come back and we'll put these together. We'll do our stamping, glue the cards together, and we'll be done. I'll be right back. Okay, I have pulled several stamp sets. Okay, more than several, quite a few. And the reason I did that is I wanted different sentiments from different things. Like this one, Rain or Shine, I'm Here For You. I thought that would be really cute on this one. I also have Happy Birthday from, let's see, which one did I grab Happy Birthday from? This one right here, Paradise Palms. And I've got several here that's just got some really cute little sentiments, so I thought we'll just go through those and we'll pick out what we want. Now this one, I think I want to do this in black, and the reason I say that is I want this to be very bold and beautiful. So I'm going to grab some stamp blocks, and this is a fairly small one. I do want to grab a piece of just a piece of copy paper will work, and I'm going to fold it in half. And this is just plain old copy paper that I pulled out of my printer. And the reason I do that is before I stamp on my cut pieces, I want to stamp this and just see if it's stamping correctly. And I also want to load some ink on there so that the second time that I load it, it's going to stamp better. Well, maybe not. Let's try that again. And I'm giving it some time to transfer to the paper. That's important. I like that. That's pretty. So I'm going to take this piece over and I'm going to put it right about here. ink it up, and I want that to be right in the middle. I'm going to hold it. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, so I am going to get my little chamois out because everybody knows I'm a stickler for cleaning my stamps. It's just who I am. And I have a little spray bottle here that I keep. And what I do is I just spray these to wet them, because I want them to be, you know, pretty good and wet so they clean my stamps good. Look at that. Just with water. I love it. All right. So this is now ready to go onto here. And my question is, do I want to pop it up? I think I do. I want to pop this up, and I'm not sure if I'm going to pop that up. I probably will. I love using my dimensionals, and I love popping things up. So there you go. All right, so I'm just gonna, I think we're only gonna need maybe 3 on the back of this. So let's turn it over, and I'm gonna put them about like that. Grab my take your pick tool. This is my favorite little contraption for pulling my backers off. It just takes them, it just kind of gets them all in one little grouping, and then I can put them in the trash can, and that helps keep me from having them all over the house. So if you use the stamping dimensionals, you'll know what I'm talking about. But I do love them. They are perfect shape and size, and they come in 2 sizes. You can get the regular, which is what I'm using here, or you can get the minis. I love that. Isn't that pretty? I love it. I love it. You know what? I'm not gonna pop that up. I think just some glue. And this is what I'm talking about. When you craft, you just kind of make decisions as you go. Do I want this popped or do I want it down? Do I want this, you know, what looks the best? And that's always what I go for, is what looks the best. All right, all we need to do now is write a message in here. I will put another piece of cardstock in here to put my message on, because I like the weight of a card. I like the way it will feel. And when you're making this card, if you wanted to, you could have embossed this back piece, which would have been beautiful. All right, this piece right here, I'm going to bring over my Stampin' Pierce mat. And this one says rain or shine. I'm wondering if I wouldn't like this one on this. I think I do, and I'll tell you why. Because this has got the rainbows, and it looks like raindrops and sunshine, and I think that would be the perfect sentiment for this card. Not as big as I would like for it to be, but you know what? It'll work. Right about there. And for this one, I think I do want to go back in with a colored ink. So just trying to decide, and I'm thinking I'm going for the Flirty Flamingo. And we are gonna ink it. I'm gonna come over here and stamp it first. Oh, looks good. I like that. Something else you can do to add a little bit of extra something to your pieces is you can use an ink dauber, and I have mine in a little box like this, and I'm going to go in and grab the pink because that was the last. Yeah, see, it's pretty good, and I'm going to dab that in the Flirty Flamingo, and then I just want to go around just enough to edge the edging of this. Doesn't have to be a lot. but I think that gives a little depth of color and just doesn't let this land flat. Now, you know it's not going to be flat because y'all know I'm going to pop it up, right? But see the difference in just putting that little bit of ink around the edges? It does make a difference. Alright, and then I want to clean my stamp. Now the photopolymer stamps do not come as clean. It cleans it, but you do have a little bit of staining because the photopolymer is it has pores in it, and that ink will get in there and it will stain. But it doesn't mean that it's bad. It just means that I always say a stained stamp is a love stamp. But your red rubber stamps, the cling stamps, they clean up beautifully every time. Alright, so now let's bring the card back over, and I am going to pop that up on some dimensionals. So let's put one there, one there, one right there, one here, and one in the middle. And then we are going to take those off. And those little boogers are sticky. You get a hold of them with your fingers and they're so hard. Now the question is, do I want to run some ribbon or anything under there? Let me look in my ribbon before we go any further. I do have this pretty pool party. This is just a very sheer ribbon. You know, I think it could be pretty on here though. So I'm just going to cut a piece off about, I guess maybe about 15 inches. And what I want to do is I'm going to use a glue dot. And I'm going to put a glue dot right in the middle, just like that. And I want that edge to come up to the corner like that, and I want that to come down like that. And then we're going to cross it so that it gives us just a little bit of a curl. And a little bit of a curl. So let's cross it again like that. And again, I'm going to use a glue dot. Just like that. Then we can put this down right in the middle. And we can cut these little ends, like the angle cut. And there we go. We have a little bit of interest behind that by doing it like this. And you can pull those down like that. But I think that's just really cute, and it gives you just a little something extra. So there, that card is done. So now let's pull this one over. This one looks like, this just looks like a celebration card. Oops, I didn't mean to lift that one up. So I know I want that down. This we're going to stamp on. So let's find a cute little sentiment that will fit in there. How about a thank you? I like that. I like that thank you. So, well, there was another one that I liked even better. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, yes, this one. I love that with the lines on it. And I love that other sentiment in here. Sometimes you just need to know that someone cares. I don't know if that would fit on there or not. Oh, I love that. Let's see if it'll fit on there. And you know how we're going to find out? We're going to stamp it on the paper and then see if this will fit over it. My black ink again. I think it'll work. We are going to try it. So I'm going to hold that just for a minute and let that ink transfer. Oh, I love that. I love that sentiment. Sometimes we do need to know that someone cares. So now, the question is, do I want to pop it up? And yes, the answer is yes. No, 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 no. Toby just heard a truck and he jumped up, so I knew the next thing is going to be barking. Sometimes I can keep him from barking if I just say, no, 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 it's okay, it's okay. It's all right, baby, come here. Oh, that's so cute. Look how pretty that's going to be. And I am going to pop this up as well. I like a little dimension. And I'm going to put these on the corners. And that will give me a little extra stability on this piece. Like that. And I might do one in the middle just to help balance everything out. And make sure my card's opening the right way. Yep. Because have you ever done that? I'm sure if you've crafted for any length of time, you have glued something down upside down. We all have, and it's so disheartening, especially when you get to this point in a card. I love that one. Isn't that pretty? And see, simply with 3 sheets of cardstock, our designer series paper, we are making all these beautiful cards. This would be a lovely gift for someone. You could put them in a box with the envelopes. You could go back and decorate the envelopes with that designer series paper as well. Maybe I'll do another video on that. That would be neat, and show you and do the little box for them to go in. If y'all are interested in that, just let me know and I'll be sure to put that on my list of to-do videos. Alright, so now this one, oops. I'm looking for something. I think this one, the Congrats, would be really cute. This Lucky You stamp set is one of those stamp sets that looks like it's been washed, and the image is in there, and you'll see what I'm talking about when we stamp it. So I think for this one I'm going to do it in the Flirty Flamingo, or do I want to go with Polished Pink? I'm going rogue. I'm going to do Polished Pink. I love this pink. It is so vibrant and so I don't know, it might be too bright for that. I don't want to do it in black. So let's try let's do the Crushed Curry. I really wanted to do this one in a really pretty colored ink, but well, it may be beautiful in this. I'm going to stamp it over here first. See what I mean? The word looks like it's been carved out of the stamp itself. I'm going to try to get some of that ink off of the edge. So let me... I was a little bit too heavy-handed with putting my stamp in that ink. So I'm just going to clean that off a little bit and dry it. And then I'm going to go tap, 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 tap. And then we're going to go right onto here and Congrats. Let the ink transfer. Beautiful. And see, it's very subtle, but it does say Congrats. All right, we're going to put some dimensionals on the back of this one. And then we're going to put this down on top of here. And then I'm just going to use some liquid glue to glue this down. I'm trying to decide, do I want to put anything under there? I'm going to come in with this little gingham ribbon. Now I know this is Bumblebee, but with the white on it I don't think it's going to matter. So I'm going to just tie a little bunny ear bow. Hadn't done one of these in a while. Just something very simple. And I'm going to trim that off and trim this one off. And then we're just going to put that little bow right there over top of it, and I think that's going to be lovely. So here we go. Let me bring this back over so you can see what I'm doing. So I want to make sure I get this nice and straight and even onto this piece. That looks really good. Then I'm going to use a glue dot. And we are going to put that glue dot right about here. And then all I'm going to do is press my bow into the glue dot like that. And what a cute festive little card that became. All right, we are coming along, y'all. So now we have this one. And this one opens like that. And I said I wanted this right here. and we're going to do a strip across there. I just wanted that rainbow paper. Maybe we'll do it off to the edge. I'm going to pop this up. Let me do a few little housekeeping things here first. I need to clip that off. Move that out of my way. Let's close this ink pad. I need to clean my stamp. Like that. And let's get this over here. And I think decisions. I'm going to grab a punch because I think I want to do something a little different across there. And I think I'm going to use the Flirty Flamingo. For some reason, I just want to do Flirty Flamingo across there. So this is our tailored tag punch. And I think it's going to be really cute because it's going to give just a lot of texture to this card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this. Now I'm going to pop this up. And I want that to be right in the middle, like that. Then we're going to stamp on this, and let's see. I want to get well. This would be cute. Just a quick note to say. Let's see if that'll fit on there. Hopefully it will. This is from the Mischievous Mice. This is such a cute little stamp set. And this is a host set out of the mini catalog, so you can get that stamp set for free if you host a online party. Maybe you have some friends that you'd like to see if they want to buy some Stampin' Up. If you do, reach out to me and let me know. You can get all kinds of perks. We used to do in-home shows, but with COVID we are no longer doing that, and everything's kind of gone virtual, online. So you can host your party on Facebook. You could do a Zoom. However you feel comfortable hosting a party. You could get some friends together and just watch one of my videos like what I'm doing today, and that would be a great way to show the products to your friends and earn some product in the process. So I'm going to glue this side and put dimensions on this side. So first thing, dimensionals. So we're going to do 2 dimensionals right here, close together. I'll go ahead and take those off. And then I want to put liquid glue on this side. And we are going to bring our card center and put that down just like that. And that's so cute. Now we could go back and put a bow on this. However you wanted to do this. I think it'd be really cute with a pretty bow or something. We might come back and revisit that. Alright, now this one. This one I just have the circle. Let me clean my stamp. And this one would be so pretty, the Thinking of You. And this is from the Soaring Swallows. Beautiful, beautiful set. I think. Oh, I didn't know I left the acetate on this one. I don't usually like to leave the acetate because it pulls them off from your case, and the case is what holds our photopolymer. I'll save that little piece of acetate for something else. But sending loving thoughts. That'd be pretty. Also the Thinking of You. I think I might like the Thinking of You better. Yeah, I think I like that one. Y'all, I got my new phone yesterday, and I'm telling you what, I've lost everything on my watch. A lot of my stuff did transfer over, but my my watch faces and things like that that I'd already had did not. And so I'm going to have to go back in and see if I can revamp my watch now. You know, things like that happen. I will have to say that the transfer of all of your data, when I finished with my phone, it looks identical. Oops. It looks identical to my other phone because all of my folders, everywhere that I have things set up, it came back the same way it was. Makes it very easy for me to swipe through my phone, find my... I make folders on my phone because I like all of my Google apps are right here, and my Verizon, because I'm on Verizon, they're there. Tools that I use a lot, like my gallery, my Waze. I use Waze for my my Ring doorbell, my Vivint, which is my alarm system. These are all tools that I use. My clock when I set alarms. Y'all see me use the random name picker. That's my OnStar. So I do have, you know, everything. My games that I play are all in one folder. I just like to have things. My food apps, when we order food on an app, is right there. My shopping apps are all here. So I'm one of those people. These are my craft tools. There's my Airtable, my Cricut Joy. I got a fraction calculator in there. Pinterest, just things that I would use that I consider my craft tools. So I like to set my phone up like that, and I have to say that Samsung did an awesome job of having everything transfer over really nicely. So ringtones and some of the things like that I haven't got set up yet. It takes time. I always say, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day, and you definitely can't get everything back on your phone in a day, but slowly I'll get there. I do like the new phone. It is on 5G now. My old phone was not. There are some aspects of my old phone I'm sure I'm going to miss, but the more that I embrace this phone, I think the more I'm going to love it. So I'm putting Thinking of You on this card. And there we go. I'll bring this over and we're going to pop this up. Let's decide, do we want to go this way? I'm thinking I want to do a little bit of this ribbon. Sorry about that. I have a frog in my throat. Let me get a sip of water. I don't have any left in my cup. I think I'm not going to waste that little piece of ribbon. I'm just going to put this piece of ribbon down, and I'm going to use a couple of glue dots to do that with. And I'm just going to lift a glue dot. I like the ribbon right where it's at, so I'm going to lift it here and put a glue dot down. Set that in it. And now that we've got it down on one end, this side will be a lot easier. So, because I'll just lift the ribbon and put it onto the ribbon where I want it. And we're just going to pull it just a tiny bit and press it down. Now we're going to get some Stampin' Dimensionals and pop this up. Just that little piece of ribbon can make a difference in the appearance of your card. So, you know, don't be afraid to use some different elements on your card. And let's get our Take Your Pick. And this is ready to go down, just like that. Another card done. Now we have this one. We can actually put a bigger sentiment on this, and I am actually thinking about You really are fabulous. I love that. I think that will fit on here. This is our slimline, slim sayings that goes with our slimline dies. I wonder if Enjoy would work. Enjoy. Oh yeah, I love it. I love that. And you know what? I'm going to do that in Misty Moonlight. So let's grab a bigger stamp block. I'm going to bring this Enjoy right here and see if I can get it on my block straight. We got it. And I'm going to grab Misty Moonlight. And we're going to ink this like that. Let's stamp it on this and make sure we're getting a good image. Not bad. Not bad for the first time. I'm going to re-ink it. Anytime you're dealing with a new stamp, they always stamp better the second go round. So let me move that up there so I don't put my arm in it. Y'all know I have a tendency of doing that. So we are going to put Enjoy. I'm giving that ink time to transfer because this is a solid image. Love it. Isn't that gorgeous? So now we can bring this one back over and put that down right there in the middle. I'm going to clean this stamp really quick. sometimes a nice big bold stamp is just the ticket. So let's turn that over. And of course y'all know that I am going to pop it up. Yeah, I'm going crazy with the Stampin' Dimensionals, but I don't want this to come off. It's kind of a big piece, and this is ready to go onto our card. I'm hoping that, you know, doing this is giving y'all some ideas. You know what I want to do? I want to tie. I'm thinking this ribbon has discontinued. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know if this one has or not. It's the Misty Moonlight. And I can't remember, it came in a pack. This is the 2020 through 2022 ribbon. And I'm going to tie just, again, a little bunny ear bow. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to do our little finger bow. Let's see if I can remember how to do it. Gotta cut our ribbon. And thread that through here. And then this back through here. And we're going to pull that in the middle, just like that. Then we can tighten our bows. And you know what I did? I did it double on one side and single on the other. That was not what I wanted to do. Let's see if we can take that apart. All right, let's try this again. Over, under, over. Still have it double on the top side, so let's go this way, over. Yeah, I think what happened is I'm so used to doing the double ones, I forget how to do the single. And it is done just like you want to get your bow loops like you want them before you tighten this down. So I want a small bow, so I'm gonna do that. And then supposedly when you take it off your finger, well, it's not working. So we're gonna go back to our bunny ear. I was making those bows like crazy there for a little bit. You know what? These make cute little bows too, don't you think? Just like that, and we can put that right there on that corner. with a trusty little glue dot again. So I'm going to put that glue dot right on that corner, and then I'm going to just press that bow down into it. How pretty is that? I love the way that turned out. And we'll put cardstock in the middle, and we'll stamp or either write a message when we get ready to send that card. Love how that turned out. All right, here's our next one, and we have this little teeny piece like that. So I think what I want to do for this one is I think of this one that just says how about one that just says thanks? I'm always needing thank you cards, so when you place an order, you're going to get a little thank you note from me, because I do appreciate every one of my customers, and I'm here for you. I want you to know that I am definitely here for you. And not only that, if you decide that you want to join my team, I'm here for you for that too. So, and like I said, you don't have to sell. You can come in as a hobbyist and just be your own best customer. And then you can take advantage of all of the perks of being a demonstrator and just be your own best customer. And who knows, you may end up loving it like I do, and it may become an income for you. I love that little thanks. So now we're ready to put this on our card, and of course, yes, we're going to pop it up. Did y'all expect any different from me? I don't think so. So we're going to do maybe 3. I think 3 is a good number. And something else that I hadn't done, I haven't put any gems or anything on these cards. So we could always go back and put some gems on them. And this one I think calls for gems. So let's see. These are so cute. These are just adorable. I think I'm going to use some of those. These are the Adhesive back Hexagon, and I have not opened this pack. Oh yes, I have. Haha. So I want to grab the littlest one. And I want it to look like that's holding that on. Like that. And then I want to grab the bigger pink ones. We're going to do one there. Maybe one right about here. And let's do another one right there. Love those. They're so pretty. Okay, so those are good. So that really brought that card to life. So that one's done. Now we have this one. This card, I think I want this card to say, How about Our Friendship is Naturally Beautiful? I love that one. And I think it will fit perfectly on here. And we're going to do this in black ink because it's going to go on this card on top of the rainbow die cut. So let's grab some ink. Pick this up like that. And I'm going to do my tap, tap, tap. Load that up really good. I might bring this over and just do a quick little stamp. Oh yeah, I've used this stamp before, so it's already kind of seasoned. And let's put that down right about there. Love it. And I think this piece needs to pop. No, I think I'm going to glue this flat down. And I'm going to use my Stampin Seal. Here it is. I'm going to use my Stampin Seal, and remember what I told y'all earlier in the video. Do not put heavy pressure on it. Just nice, even. Bring your wrist up when you get to the end. Just like that. If any comes off of the edge of the paper, just roll it back onto itself. And then center your piece up and stick it down. Now this piece we're definitely going to pop up, and can you see I had used this, I'd stamped something on the back of it. It's okay, nobody's going to know because this is going to be facing down. So nobody has to know that we had stamped something. In fact, I didn't even realize it when I die cut it. I just saw it when I turned this over. So that happens so many times because I will stamp on one side, maybe just a test stamp, and I think that's what this was. So test stamp. So then we can put this on here. Isn't that gorgeous? I love that. And I don't know. I think we can get away with this polished pink. As I want a bow. I want a bow on here. So again, I think I'm just going to do my little bunny ear bows. These are always quick and easy bows to tie. What's so great about them is they're just easy, and they always come out perfect. And you can adjust your loops and make it the size you want it, which is always great. So I'm going to clip that and clip that. And then we have this cute little pink bow that we can put right there or up here. I think I want it right in that black right there. I think that's exactly where I want that. So let's do, I got ink on my fingers, y'all. You know, I always say it's like when you give a kid a birthday cake when they're like a year old. If they don't get into that thing and make a mess, they're just not enjoying it. And I kind of feel that way with my crafting. If I don't get in here and get ink all over me, and I'm just not really enjoying my crafting. So I want y'all to know I enjoy what I do because I do make a mess. Ah, that's so cute. I love that. That little pop of pink really did make a difference. All right, we got this card right here that I really had not totally committed to what I wanted to do, but I think I know now. I'll tell you what, let's save this one for last. I was going to save this one for last because this is my favorite. I don't know what it is about this card because normally these would not be colors that I would use, but I love this, and I'm going to make it a happy birthday card. how about the one that says "It's Your Birthday"? And again, this is my little mouse stamp. I love this. I've got to do one of these cards with this because I can't wait to color those little mice. And I'm going to stamp that in pink. I am going to do the flamingo, flirty flamingo. Bring this over and do a little test. Oh yeah, that's better. Love it, love it, love it. And now, I think I want to pop that up. So we're just going to do about 3 dimensionals. 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to set that down onto our crushed curry. And I like to hold these up. Sometimes I can get it better than I can if it's laying down. Yeah, that's much better. So I'm going to just glue that right there. I don't think I want to pop it up. And a lot of times I don't know until I lay it onto my card. Oops, I got a clump. Once you get rid of your little clumps, then your glue usually goes pretty good. Just like that. And then we want that to be nice and straight. And like that. Oh, I love it. I love it. This card just needs some bling and it's ready to go. All right, so now our little problem child. We are going to need I think I want to do the crushed curry. So, and maybe even flamingo, flirty flamingo. So let's pull oh, that's not going to work. I need a bigger piece than that. I think this one will work. Perfect. And we need a bigger piece of crushed curry. And crushed curry, I'm going to have to grab a piece to cut because I don't have any. Just about used up this, so I don't have enough on here to do anything with. So let me see if I can find a piece over here. Alright, we got crushed curry. So I am going to cut this piece up so that I want to make sure that I clean my stamps. For some reason, I'm thinking I did not clean this one. And I don't like not cleaning my stamps. Yep, that's good and clean. Alright, the first thing I want to do is I want to cut a piece of this. So let's go ahead and cut off a piece of this about the size of this circle. Like about 3.5. And that will definitely fit on there. So now we need to do our die cutting. And y'all, I got so many stamp sets and die sets over here and punches. Oh my word, I got a mess. That's okay, I'm having fun, so there you go. So let's take that off of that one. Bring in our die cut plates and just move these punches. I'll tell you what, give me just a second and let me clear up some of this clutter and I'll be right back. Alright everybody, I think I got my mess cleaned up, or at least the better part of it. And I went ahead and I cut some pieces while I was away, because y'all watched me cut plenty and die cut and what have you. So what I did, I have this card base that is Pool Party. I cut a piece of white that measures 5 1/4 by 4, and we're going to mat that. Now I ran that through an embossing folder, and this one is called the Parisian Flourish. It is stunning. Look at that. So pretty. I love that embossing folder. I'm going to be sad once Stampin' Up retires that one, but we know all things Stampin' Up do come to an end. I cut a Scallop Circle from the crushed curry. No, Bella. A crushed curry and a flirty flamingo. She is fussing at me because we were eating cheese and now she thinks I have more. It's all gone. All gone. All gone. Go. She's not happy. So anyway, I cut a plain circle out of the Flirty Flamingo and a Scallop Circle, and I used my circle dies, and these are the two largest that come in the set. I'm gonna, if I can pick these up, I'm gonna show you which two I used. I cut the pink with the plain die, and I cut the scallop die out of the crushed curry. So that's how I came up with this, and all I've done was I glued them together, and we are going to make that a focal point on our card. But I think I'm going to pull it down just a little bit, maybe like this, a little bit down to the bottom, just a hair. So, and then I have my 3 pieces that I had mounted on white, and I want to put them where they are kind of flaring out in this direction, and then we're going to put the one with the rainbows and sunshine right there in the middle. Now I grabbed this out of scraps, and it's just a piece of white that is 3/4 of an inch by 3 1/4, and I used my banner pick-a-punch, this one right here, and I use this side to give myself just that little cut like that. And all of the items that I'm using will be listed in the description below, so don't feel like you have to rush and try to write this down. But what I'm planning on doing when I put this together, I want this banner just to cover up the bottom of those little edges. You'll still be able to see the circle behind and under the bottom. I think this is just really a cute way to do a card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out with this piece right here, and I am going to glue this down. And I think this has so much going on it, we don't need it to pop with anything but just put it down with glue. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring this on just like that, and I'm going to put it down right about there, about 1/4 of an inch to the bottom. I'm going to give that a good little press. My hands are so dry today. Give that a press just like that. Then I'm going to take these pieces and I'm going to bring this where it's just up to the top of that card, maybe about 1/4 of an inch. And I want to glue this one right in the middle. I think I'm going to glue that one down first. Maybe more like that, and then this is going to come across right there. Alright, so I'm going to move those, and I'm going to glue this, just the bottom part of it. That looks pretty even. I'm looking from side to side. That looks pretty good. And then I want to lay these out because I want to make sure that I'm getting these exactly where I want them. What I'm doing is I'm gauging the side of my circle right there, and then I'm just going to turn it a little bit and turn it just a little bit. So I'm going to put glue on the bottom of this one. And on the bottom of this one, that looks just like I wanted it. And now I'm going to stamp my sentiment, and it's going to go right across there, and it's going to cover up that little bit of the workings right there. And we are going to pop the sentiment up. So what do I want to put on this one? And I think I've decided the Ranunculus Romance has this one that says just for you. And I love that because sometimes we want something that's just for us, just a little something special. And I'm going to stamp this in black ink because I think it's really going to pop. So I am going to put that down right there in the middle. And let's grab us a stamp block. And I'm going to line that up and try to get it straight from the out the gate. I think that will help quite a bit in getting it straight to start off with. Let me grab my tuxedo black ink. And I always like to build my card on my mat. For me, that's just an easier way to do it, unless I'm not using a mat and I'm building it directly onto the card itself. But 90% of the time, now what did I do with that piece of scratch paper that I had? Okay, let's try it on this piece. I want to stamp this on something before I do it on my strip. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. My camera's just not focusing as good as I feel like it ought to. Maybe I need to clean my lens. Alright, I'm going to stamp that right in the middle. beautiful. So let me close my ink up. And we are going to let's grab some dimensionals, and we're going to turn this over, and I think we need about 3 across here, maybe one there, and one right about there. And I want to make sure that that's going up right where I want it. That is perfect. And then I am going to bring this over. Let me move these dies back over here. I just wanted y'all to see which ones I used, and it was the larger of the set. And then that's going to go in right there. And I'm going to use liquid glue. And I'll tell you why. Anytime I do an embossed piece like this, it seems like the liquid glue gets down in these crevices a little better than the Stampin' Seal. So that should be really good right there. Then I'm going to bring this over and I'm going to sit it down right in the middle of that card base. And then this is going to get adhered like that, just to make sure everything is sticking. And like I said, I'm going to go back and I'm going to cut pieces to go inside of my cards. But I mean, look how gorgeous these cards turned out. I mean, I think they are a beautiful grouping of gorgeous cards. I mean, this is like just a really great way to use up some scraps. A lot of this was scraps. Other than my 3 pieces and some of my card bases, my 3 pieces of designer series paper and some of my card bases. Now, some of these card bases I already had made for quite some time. So again, these are just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous cards. I love them. I love the way they turned out. I think that each one of these are very different and unique in their own way. And I can always go back and add, like if I wanted to put a little bling here and maybe some bling right up in here, which I think would be gorgeous. That would really make this pop, and a beautiful message on the inside. But these are all of our cards. I mean, look at this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cards. We might have been able, if I'd have cut my paper a little smaller, we may have been able to got a dozen cards from 3 sheets of designer series paper, 6x6. That is amazing. Now, I grant you, I did add some other cardstock in. We had some Pool Party, we had some Balmy Blue, I had some Misty Moonlight, we got Crushed Curry, of course our white, what else did I use? Flirty Flamingo. So many of these colors, and they're just beautiful together. I hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope this video wasn't too long. If any of these products you're interested in getting, and this Rainbows and Sunshine, or Sunshine and Rainbows, Sunshine and Rainbows, this paper pack is free, but it's a limited time. You only have until Monday. And today is Friday, so you have Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So remember, if you are interested in this, place a $50 order on my site, and you can choose this beautiful pack of paper. This is what it looks like. It's a full 6x6 paper pack, and it's 4 pages of each design, and they're 2-sided. So it's a lot of options for colors. Don't forget all the other beautiful products that are out there on in the Sale-a-bration catalog, and also our mini catalog. So go shop mini catalog doesn't end until June, but the Sale-a-bration with all the freebies goes away the 28th of February 2022. Thank you so much for tuning in. God bless and keep you. I love you guys so very much, and I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for all that you mean to me. And as I always say in closing, let everything, think about this, that you do or say bring glory to our Father in heaven. He is worthy. You know, Jesus paid the ultimate price for us. He is my Lord and my Savior, and I praise Him and I uplift Him. And I want you to do the same. I want you to know the same God that I know. I want you to draw close to Him, and His Word says He will draw close to you. So until we craft again, know that I love you. You're in my heart and in my prayers, and I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.